Yes. One mind, one soul, one heart, one goal. Let's go. And it was written that as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear none. And that's how it shall be. Let's go. Imagine gold on everything, even the arrows. Posting on the sands of Egypt, standing next to pharaohs. Touchdown to Vegas like it's Cairo. Wearing mix in the club, 2020 going viral. Big faces, my girl mixed Haitian. Her face looking Asian. The waistline amazing. This ain't even vacation, just another day in the life of the greatest. The Aztec ruler, Montezuma, modern day with a K. Got a carbon 15 that carry 223s. I'm a descendant of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I heard they heard about me way out in Abu Dhabi. Free Jet 4, peace to Muammar Gaddafi. Cause we the real black Illuminati. Hanging devils from trees, Sudanese, Muhammad Mahdi. I can hear the ancestors in my sleep. When I speak, you can hear the ancestors on the beat. And since the days of the pharaohs, bow and arrow, Sagittarius. In the hood is thorns, in the kingdom it was chariots. In the scriptures it was written, we was meant to true and live it. Since the days of the pharaohs, bow and arrow, Sagittarius. In the hood is thorns, in the kingdom it was chariots. In the scriptures it was written, we was meant to true and live it. And the Lord will take you back to Egypt in ships. 2,000 years later, we in bondage again. May the one God show us mercy. Like Prophet Muhammad in Mecca, my lyrics is curses written in cursive. Your lyrics is bullshit. A bunch of bragging and cursing. My lyrics is full scripts written in hieroglyphics in the minds of a million men. The thoughts of Allah made manifest from knowledge to born. Transform from the form of words and gas to liquid in your bloodstream, to your pineal gland, signal to your hand. Now your arms, legs, and heads move like mine do. You do what I do. I live forever through you. They wrote about me way back in year 2. I'm the truth, like the 12 emerald tablets from the island of Mu. The most honorable, Abyssinian, Aboriginal. The 2024 Bobby Digital. Since the days of the pharaohs, bows and arrows, Sagittarius. In the hood is thorns, in the kingdom it was chariots. In the scriptures it was written, we was meant to true and live it. Since the days of the pharaohs, bow and arrow, Sagittarius. In the hood is thorns, in the kingdoms it was chariots. In the scriptures it was written, we was meant to true and live.
Hello? Yes. If you like what you hear, tap in. Hit me direct, 310-487-9147. That's the unreleased.
Hello?
Yeah, we got real CDs, like some back in the day. Master P, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, fresh off the trunk type shit. Like, I took it all the way back. Let me see. Just to show y'all, I'm not playing. None at all. No. It's the real thing. You feel what I'm saying? So we live in the lab cooking right now. Matter of fact, I want to play y'all something else. Let me see. Let me see what this. Let me see. I could tap y'all in with this one. Unreleased.
Let them say what they gon' say. Let them hate, let them hate. Let them say what they gon' say. Let them hate, let them hate. Yeah, all we got is us. Even when the times get rough, let them hate. All we got is love. All we got is us. Baby, ain't no giving up. Stay down, the only way is up. All we got is us. Even when the times get rough, let them hate. All we got is love. All we got is us. Baby, ain't no giving up. Stay down, the only way is up. I be feeling like Colin Kaepernick. I never pledge allegiance. Middle finger to preachers, all the lies they teach us. Middle finger to teachers, all the lies that they teach us. I'm all all black, everything same color as Jesus, the one in Russia. Yeah, we still captured, nobody kidnapped us. We lost in the hereafter. Now we all gangbangers, drug dealers and actors, bitches, hoes and athletes, entertainers and rappers. Not realizing we divine designers of the pyramids. We built Jerusalem too, nigga. I'm serious. Put poison in the meat, got us all going vegan. They playing with the weather now, fucking up the seasons. Give me one good reason that we shouldn't start clapping. Dark like Michael Blackson, light like Paula Patton. We all ready for action, so fuck all that peace shit. We on that Black Panther party, fuck the police shit. We gotta stop shooting each other, but stay shooters. To all my killers in Africa, Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba. To all my young guys, stay strong cause you the future. To all my young earth, stay strong cause you the future. In this world full of hate, you gotta let them say what they gon' say. Yeah, let them hate, let them hate. Let them say what they gon' say, cause all we got is us. Even when the times get rough, let them hate. All we got is love, all we got is us. Baby, ain't no giving up. Stay down, the only way is up. All we got is us. Even when the times get rough, let them hate. All we got is love, all we got is us. Baby, ain't no giving up. Stay down, the only way is up. Yeah.
Yeah, peace to the divine family. I know y'all here. I know y'all see it. Y'all know y'all gotta know what it is. You feel what I'm saying? It's the blue God, the true God, Crip Jesus, author of the Blue Bible. You feel what I'm saying? And here today to talk about a tribe that hardly ever gets talked about. Well, they always get talked about, but they get talked about like a myth. You feel what I'm saying? Like a mystical, make-believe, magical thing that's never been seen before, but really it's right in your face. Let's break that down. Now y'all may say, hold on, that sounds crazy, right? Y'all may say, hold on, it's supposed to be spooky. It's supposed to be somebody in the tent going, ha, wah, 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 and he disappears. But see, we got to draw in between here, because when the guy going, wah, 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 disappears, where does he go? Is that not a form of traveling to what? Is it interdimension? Is it intergalactic? Is it interstellar? How do you know? And even if you don't know, have you even considered that? Or did you just stay so limited to, oh, spiritual, vegan, oh, it tastes good, it feels good? If you make your body a ship, is it not a ship that can travel through a space in time, a space in space? Right? That's the personal self. But there are also other levels of being, meaning there are other beings. And just like there's life being, you know, when you find parasites in your skin or little tiny ant, you didn't know. You don't think that continues in the, see, that's where the ego gets involved. You don't think that continues? So let's break that down. They keep saying Gabriel, Gabriel, Gabriel. But see, here's the thing. In Arabia, Gabriel is Jabril. Okay. And Jabril translates to Gabriel, yes, but it gets a little bigger than that. Pause. It gets a little deeper than that. Double pause. Let's go deeper though. Peace to the God, Benjamin. Yeah. Let's tap in. So, just in case you're just getting here, it is your humble host, the blue God, the true God, Crip Jesus, author of the Blue Bible, King El Allah, leader of the Black Illuminati. And if you want to tap in, we are doing the pre-order for the Black Indian Wars. That's the new one. You got to get this exclusive.
Your ancestors were in Indian territory, yet they were neither Chickasaw nor were they Americans. They were a people without a country and without any legal status at all.
That's crazy.
In the late 1890s, the United States government drew up official rolls of the citizens and former slaves of the Native American nations who were ready to stand up and be counted. Your great-great-grandparents.
So when they come to the land and they take away your nationality, how does this begin? They begin by teaching you that you're the foreigner, that you're the alien. That's what alien really means. That's why when you hear it, you think of something other than, something from somewhere else, because you don't see yourself as a member of the cosmos. You don't see yourself as a member of the Confederation of Intergalactic, life and being, because they don't teach us to even exist on that level. So we're so limited in our understanding of what's going on outside the earth and even inside the earth that we get to, trying to disprove realities that's sitting right in our face, right? So an alien is something other than, something foreign to. So they taught our ancestors, or they taught us that our ancestors are aliens. Everything from their technology to their way of thinking, to their conversation about the cosmos that we call spiritual stuff and religious stuff. No, it's aboriginal stuff. It's indigenous. It's homogeneous and natural of nature to see yourself as part of the cosmos, to see yourself as in tune with what's going on, not just right here in front of you or down in the phone, but up in the stars. What's going on with you as in tune with the trees, as in tune with life as it truly is. See, so when we're hearing about these stories from these religions, let's stop keeping them stuck on just pictures and drawings of guys in turbans. Let's really pay attention to what they're explaining.
Researchers point to one particular interaction.
Oh, my bad. I'm here to talk about the Blue Bible. We're in. Hold on. How dare I put their science over our science, knowing that we the guys? Okay. So how dare I put their science over our science, knowing that we the guys? We're not the foreigners. We the real ones.
And you say Indians, they're looking for the Bill Cody long range or Tonto style thing. And when you actually show them that the indigenous people were actually my color, as I have a habit telling people, a cocoa brown, or a brown piece of leather well put together. I have a lot of ways of using slangs to tell people that we are still here because we were not weak. We were here before DeSoto and Christopher Columbus. We have to be strong to make it through those disasters.
Make it through those disasters. And who's the us that had to make it through? See, we're using science here. We can understand through science, through the science of melanin and through the science of radiocarbon dating, that the original man has no beginning and no ending. Therefore, we are not the child of a physical birth from a physical being before us, like an ape or a whale that became humans or some humanoid. We are the children of the source of all creation itself. Allah, we're Elohim. So if you look at different forms of the Semitic tongue going further back before the E's or the Id was used to make things plural, the E. So Ali is Al in plural, gods, or I God. The people of Ali, Aliin. Okay? Oh yeah, it gets deep like that. Okay? But that's not the point here yet. The point is, are the ones that they're calling black people actually the same as the ones they're calling aliens?
50 took 9 bullets. Everybody call that gangster. Man, Jesus laid in a tomb for 3 days, and he rose again. Ah, now that's gangster.
This is why the Blue Bible is so important. I know everybody's excited about the Black Indian Wars. Please tap in. I've been getting the pre-orders. I need those pre-orders so I can produce the actual product and get it out here real good. This is not money for shoes or food. This is money to keep the Black Illuminati going. Also, you know, when you come in, I got the Cash App joint right there in the thing. So, but with all that being said, the reason why the Blue Bible is so important is because there's a lot of myths. There's a lot of his stories that we don't need to throw away, that we need to learn to understand. And every now and then comes someone who's given the interpretation to break down certain things. It doesn't mean that my brain is different than yours. It's a certain time. There's a time and place for everything. There's certain information that's gathered and used and spread through certain schools of thought, through certain channels of thought, through certain groups of people, for those of us, for certain selected individuals to get and spread to the masses. So when I was giving these lessons and giving this information, it came to me that not only the Bible, but the Quran and all these holy books have been tampered with by the devils, as Elijah Muhammad explained to us. And it's up to us to take the sweet time with our people and go through each brainwashing. So Gabriel, the angel, is a big one. Jabril, the Blue Bible, page 35. So as the sister just said about the tribe. So get your Blue Bible as well. Get the Black Indian Wars, but don't forget about this. This is very important. So look, after leaving Detroit and living amongst other 5%ers, is page 35. I learned the name of the tribe of the gods passed down to us by Allah the Father. According to the gods, our tribal name is the source of the word algebra because we are the ones who used and taught the art since the beginning. We are the tribe of Al-Jabbar. The highest form of mathematics is the Andinkra code. In Egyptian mythology, it would be the language of Ma, from which was derived the term math. We first see it called algebra in the name of the deity Al-Jabra. In Islam, it is the language of Jibril. In Christianity, it translates to the language of Gabriel. The location of the tribe is West Java, Indonesia. Our ancestor is called the Java man, over 2 million years old. Now, you have to understand, when you're dealing with the Latin, the V and the B, get swapped in translation. So Jabba, which is the root of Jabbar, Al-Jabra. Now, Al-Jabra, as is explained in Egyptian mythology, is the earth god. It's the god of the earth, the original man. You feel what I'm saying? Just like a family tree. There's like a seed planted in the earth and grows out. This is the original man, Al-Jabra, the god of the earth. The one who understands his woman, how to control her. You feel what I'm saying? How to grow life out of her. You understand? Now, Al-Jabra is a mathematician because all of life is mathematics. He's a ruler. Now, it was taught to me by Mujahid El-Allah himself. To rule is not to just be cocky and arrogant. It's to understand mathematics, to be able to measure things. Ain't that what you use a ruler for? To measure? It's to be able to measure. Okay, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't do that. To give, give guidance. So, Al-Jabra, right? Now, the Al-Arabiya, the Jabra, right? So, Jabbar El, when it was turned into a surname, Jabril, Gabriel, right? So the Al on the front of Al-Jabra is identical to the Il placed at the end of Jabril. Once translated into the Latin script, they became the El that is placed at the end of Gabriel. We see this in the names Angel, Mishael, and Daniel. The title El means God. I recognized the power of the name El before I was initiated. Facts. You understand me? So what you have to understand is when you're looking at the Moorish Science Temple, you see these names, El and Bey. Yes, they have a Turkish history to them that's literal, on a literal level, dealing with law. But those governments took them from our ancestors, who meant them on the literal level, dealing with our heritage on a spiritual level and on a genetic level. Let's go to chapter 8, page 62. It says, if history is his story, then mystery is my story. According to his story, the people of Adam are the people of Moses. According to my story, the people of Adam were the slaves of the people of Moses. The people of Adam, these people that they used to draw a picture of two white people in the jungle and say he's the first man and woman, this is their history, this is their science. This Bible version is their story. Adam and his people represent those people. The people of Adam claim to be the people of Moses. But when you look into the actual science, they are the slaves of the people of Moses. The title Moses was used by the rulers of Egypt's 18th dynasty. They are the Amarna dynasty, referred to as Ali Imran in the Quran. Their ancestor, Lord Amos' name was pronounced Amosis in Greek. Before the Greek people translated his name, Moses was pronounced Musa. Moses was pronounced Musa. And when was it pronounced Musa again? When Islam returned it back to the masses. Come on, man. Shout out to the divine family. Oh, okay, we got people in here. Justice, Welfare, AT Aliens, Outcast song. Yes, for sure. Yeah, AT Aliens. That's why you gotta love Outcast, man. They were some of the first ones to really put it down. You feel what I'm saying? She said she was going to bed now. Nah, wake up. Wake up. We talking about them AT Aliens. Let's go. And way back when our ancestors was already communicating. Peace to the guy, D Nice, you know what I mean? So like I said, man, don't sleep on the Blue Bible. Don't just forget about all that just because we got the Black Indian Wars going. Tap in. And we got a sale going right now too, $25. So let's go to the index. You know, we got a map and an index. So this for sure would be in A, under Alien. 32, 34. So the Asiatic people are not of the character named Adam in the Bible. And a lot of our people have adopted that. You know what I mean? Adam is even adopted from our science of the blood and the bloodline. The word Damu. And that's Al-Damu, the blood. It's a science dealing with the blood and the bloodline. They took that, adopted it, and made it Adam and them being created and so on and so forth. The people of Adam received their names by way of war. This truth is revealed in the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28, and Revelations 2:9. Even the names of Adam's sons, Cain and Abel, belong to the original people. The English name Abel was derived from Abu El, which is Arabic for Father God. His family name is Eli in Latin. In its proper form, it is Ali. His children were the Alians, aliens. They are the creators of the people of Adamu. So these are our ancestors who created not only the first people, but these tribes that they're using their stories to emulate and imitate and tell their story. But see, here we go again. We got to get even deeper in. Now, the name Ali was even resurrected. Check this out.
The Holy Quran perhaps alludes to the existence of alien life multiple times. In a surah we read every single day, Surah Al-Fatiha, Allah says, "All praise is for Allah, Lord of all worlds." Allah emphasizes that He is the Lord of all worlds, perhaps referring to worlds as in planets, universes, or dimensions. Alam, the word used for worlds here, can refer to an entire world or to an entire people. Classical scholars obviously understand Alam to mean people, animals, jinn, or angels, but Allah is, from the very beginning, saying here that we are not alone. The biggest pointer to life on other planets is a verse in Surah Ashura, where Allah says, And among his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and of whatever living creatures he has spread forth in both. And he has the power to gather them together whenever he pleases. Examination of this verse leads many to believe that Allah is being clear here about the existence of extraterrestrial life. Firstly, because the plural is used for heavens, samawat, meaning he is not just referring to the sky above us. Secondly, because the word used here for creatures is daba. Daba refers to land-dwelling animals that move along the surface of the earth. Therefore, he is not referring to spiritual beings, but literal beings that occupy the heavens. The famous Quran translator Abdullah Yusuf Ali seems to agree. He writes, "It is reasonable to suppose that life in some form or another is scattered through some of the millions of heavenly bodies scattered throughout space." In a commentary on this verse, Allama Tabatabai says, "The apparent meaning of this verse is that there are living creatures in the heavens similar to those on earth." Islamic theologian Al-Razi says in his commentary of this verse, "It is not impossible that in the heavens there are species of animals that move just like humans walk on the earth." Aga Mehdi Puyam, the Ayatollah who authored his famous Quran tafsir, writes, "Life is not confined to the earth. It is indicated in this verse that life in some form or other is existing in the millions of heavenly bodies scattered throughout space. The Almighty, who created such countless beings, has surely the power to bring them together when the trumpet is blown." What's also interesting is the latter portion of the verse, where Allah says, "He has the power to gather them together whenever He pleases," emphasizing that He can gather those various types of life together. This means that if the verse does refer to extraterrestrial life, He could be alluding to contact between beings on Earth and beings living beyond it. However, it's important to remember that how we interpret this verse is based on how we choose to interpret the word used for heavens, samawat. Objectively, the word has been used in the Quran for multiple meanings, including referring to above, planets in the sky, and the atmosphere on the earth. So when Allah uses the word daba in the context of samawat, meaning the atmosphere of the earth, daba may actually be referring to microscopic life forms, or large creatures like birds that surround or travel in the atmosphere. Furthermore, Allah referring to gathering these beings together could simply be referring to gathering them on the Day of Judgment and not before. Allah says, "Allah is He who created 7 heavens, and of the earth the like thereof. The divine command comes down in their midst, that you may know that Allah has the power over all things, and that Allah encompasses all things in His knowledge." Here, Allah alludes to the fact that there are similar, if not identical, bodies to Earth. While this may be referring to planets in general, He also reminds us that divine revelation comes down to all of them. This could mean that divine revelation descends.
Now, who is this he that they keep talking about? The original man. Me. Once I wake back up. This is all in our DNA. This was all being taught to our teachers by our ancestors. Does that make sense to you? We fell so deep into the abyss that the people who taught us were taught by our ancestors. We forgot. Back to page 32 of the Blue Bible. Millions of lies have been spread with the intent of hiding the identity of the aliens. Pictures of cartoon characters in outer space are used to discredit their travels as astronauts. Illustrations and myths of Anunnakis are used to convey the truths of the original tribes of Anu, Anu, Vedoma, etc. The people of Ali were responsible for the great civilization of Atlantis. It was their descendants that designed the great structures of ancient Kemet, Egypt. Now we're going back to ancient man. How ancient? How ancient? Let me show you, man. Let me show you how ancient we're going back. Because I don't think y'all believe me.
50 took 9 bullets. Everybody call that gangster. Man, Jesus laid in a tomb for 3 days, and he rose again. Ah, now that's gangster.
So when Father Allah taught us that we were the tribe of Al-Jabbar, and I took that to mean literally the Javar, right? I found a Java man. Now, Java man Homo erectus erectus is an early human fossil discovered in 1891 and 1892. Is around the time that Wallace Farr Muhammad was studying and getting this information on the island of Java, Indonesia, estimated to be between 700,000 and 1,490,000 years old. It was at the time of its discovery the oldest humanoid fossil ever found, and it remains the type specimen for Homo erectus. They're going to try to tell you something about ape and all this and that. Notice it says Homo erectus erectus twice. This is not a man walking on fours. This is not any of that. What you have to understand is they stand to benefit a lot from covering all this up. So Anu, Anu, Vedoma, none of that is mentioned when you're dealing with the liars, right? But when we get back to the real, check this out. So we're here right now. Their cousins, so the people of Ali were responsible for the great civilization of Atlantis. It was their descendants that designed the great structures of ancient Kemet, Egypt. Their cousins were the family of Cain, known in Arabic as Yam or Canaan. The land they are from still bears their name today, Canada. Within their nation existed countless families, tongues, and lands. Still as a whole, they were Canaanites. The Canaanites of Yam are the characters of mythology. Some are remembered as dwarfs and leprechauns. The scholars of the West call these people pygmy. Amongst them were tribes of tall people now remembered as giants, angels, and aliens. They were all children of God born before other kinds of man, i.e., mankind. As revealed in the book of Genesis, chapter 6, the sons of God slept with the daughters of man. This produced offspring who were lighter, shorter, and weaker. Today, it is almost impossible to find anyone possessing 6 digits on their hand or feet. It seems the creators, Elohim, have failed and become the creation. Wow. So even in Islam, you see, we have to be reinitiated back in. We have to join the Sunni Ummas and relearn from beginning and all of that. When we're truly from the Sharif bloodlines, and the Shias used to follow us. Now you may be saying, what is he even talking about? Well, in Islam, what y'all don't know is this number 5% is very important. Because let me put my face on the camera. What y'all don't know is in Islam, in our Islam, Orthodox, regular Islam, all around the world, Middle East, Africa, all that, only 5%. That means the other group is 95%. Only 5% are the Shia. The Shia are the ones who follow the actual bloodline of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him. The bloodline that came through Prophet Ali, peace and blessings upon him, and his children with the Prophet's daughter and their actual family who ruled all throughout Northeast Africa and Northwest Africa, as the Egyptians, as the Moors. A lot of them got murdered, crossed, sold into slavery, and their positions in government replaced with the Arab. And that's why I'm going to have to make another book called The Bloodline of Ali. I don't know. No, I do know. I'm coming with that. Me and my brother Ali going to have to put that together because he coming with the album Ali or Alien or Ali. I don't know how you're going to pronounce it, but he coming with that. So Islam was all about resurrecting, the bloodlines of the indigenous people, or the original people, resurrecting the ancient culture of peace and networking amongst the original tribes. So the most precious name of all those tribes, the original, the chosen one to do the resurrection, was the tribe of Ali. And their ancestors were the IANS, the people of Ali. And if you think about it, the first nation or tribe of group of people to recognize Islam or the Muslims was the Nagas of East Africa, whose symbol was the lion. The Abyssinian Empire symbol was the lion. So him being the lion of Allah, you know, it's just deep, man. So Ali being the lion of Allah, it just all ties in. You feel me? So if you want to tap in on social media, I'm on IG. It's Crip Jesus, ITSCRIPJESUS. Twitter, Crip Jesus Blue Guy, CRIPJESUSBLUGOD. And with all that being said, let's continue. Okay. So where do we get Ali in being taken literal like this? That's just us putting it in the Latin. But the in the Latin just makes of, or the people of, like if you're American, you're of America, right? Italy, Italian, right? So Alian is just Latinizing it, because the first group of these people they ran into, the Etruscans, they tried to act like they were foreigners in their own land, calling them aliens. But they were really, you know, I'm saying when they're referring to them as aliens, oh, we don't want the aliens, Aliens, since back then. Facts. So let's get into this. When this was being put back together in Islam, right? When it was being reconnected, Ali and his followers did not practice the Sunnah. So 95% of Islam, of al-Islam, practices the Sunnah, the tradition. They're called Sunnis. And they just follow the Quran and the tradition of Muhammad, maybe certain hadiths or whatever. Whereas when you're dealing with the Shia, they follow the imams that came after Muhammad. They follow Muhammad as well, peace and blessings upon him, but they follow the family as well, who are, you know, who I talk about all through the Blue Bible. Now, let me give you an example of some of these people, but let's go a little further though before I go. Shias, a term that stems from Shiatu Ali, Arabic for partisans of Ali, believe that Ali and his descendants are part of a divine order. Sunnis, meaning followers of the Sunnah or way in Arabic of Muhammad, are opposed to political succession based on Muhammad's bloodline. Al-Arabat, Arabic, people of the house, designation in Islam for the holy family of the Prophet Muhammad, particularly his daughter Fatima, her husband Ali, who was Muhammad's cousin, their sons Al-Hussein and Hassan, and their descendants. Come on. Their descendants, the true bloodline. So let's keep going. The Canaanites of Yam are the characters of mythology. Some are remembered as dwarfs and leprechauns. The scholars of the West call these people pygmy. Amongst them were tribes of tall people now remembered as giants, angels, and aliens. It's getting deep. They were all children of God born before other kinds of man, i.e., mankind. Other kinds of man, mankind. That's where that phrase comes from. They're different kinds of men. They're not the original man. The Allah in the flesh. Okay. As revealed in the book of Genesis, chapter 6, the sons of God slept with the daughters of man. This produced offspring who were lighter, shorter, and weaker. I'm talking about us. I can show you pictures of people alive right now in Sudan, even in Mali. Our ancestors, that's Mandinka, that are pure black, cosmic radiation black. Look like stars should be shining out their face. Way taller, way stronger. DNA not as damaged. We haven't ascended and evolved up. That's what the devil wants you to think. We've been descended. And right now, it's about healing our DNA and getting ourselves together so we can ascend back to who we were. Matter of fact, that's why I'm so big when y'all getting y'all sea moss, man. Get the sea moss gummies too. They gone. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me show y'all my boy. He was getting some. He had to prepare his raw.
Yeah, doing it. Gonna have some nice gel in the moment. Oh yeah, by the way, got this from my dude Crip Jesus. I should tag him in this, but yeah. Peace. Top on. See, I already blended some with a little bit of water. I put on number 3 and.
Oh my God, it's so cozy.
Don't judge me by my actions, judge me by my intentions. I'm really all I envision, and flesh in the air suspended in mid-air.
So with that being said, let's get back into his bloodline. Today, it is almost impossible to find anyone possessing six digits on their hands or feet. It seems the creators, Elohim, have failed and become the creation. Everywhere you go, you see the creation standing there like they're the creator. Whether it's the Middle East, North Africa, Europe, North America. That's why the new book, The Black Indian Wars, is so important.
Like the Florida Seminoles that are there now, that's not original Florida Seminoles.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's why if you look at the Caribbeans, they have Seminoles there too. Because black people were already here, bro. So it's, yeah. So you tell me, if you look at history, yeah, they're put down like when they brought all the Germans, people that they brought. Yeah, exactly. But they don't, but okay, where's ours? If y'all brought so many slaves over here, then where's that at? Because it's a lot. But when they came here, the blacks were like, no, y'all know this. That y'all, we were never slaves to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they fought. They had like 3 Seminole Wars in Florida, won all of them. They don't say that in history.
Facts. Page 34 of the Blue Bible. The ethnicity of the Canaanites is Berber. They are the ancient Berbers described in the Negro Act of 1740. It is written that they are the original people of Jerusalem. King David and Israel were immigrants to Jerusalem. This is revealed in the Bible's first book of Chronicles, chapter 11, verse 4. Before the Pilgrims turned against their own British crown. So look at what I just said. They're the aliens. They're the aliens even to Jerusalem. The ones who y'all name yourself after, King David, King John, no disrespect, but yeah, in their own Bible, they described themselves as aliens. They said they went to the town, there was people there already, and they said, God told us we're supposed to be here, and invaded and took over. They're the foreigner, they're the immigrant, they're the alien. They're the occupier. By admission. Do the math and understand that. Okay? Let me read that again to you. The ethnicity of the Canaanites is Berber. They are the ancient Berbers described in the Negro Act of 1740. It is written that they are the original people of Jerusalem. King David and Israel were immigrants to Jerusalem. This is revealed in the Bible's first book of Chronicles, chapter 11, verse 4.
50 took 9 bullets. Everybody call that gangster. Man, Jesus laid in a tomb for 3 days, and he rose again. Ah, now that's gangster.
Shout out to Azim Shabazz, Teach Black Men Teach. You know, that's all I know how to do, brother. Come on. Tap in with me, man. 310-487-9147. Get your pre-order of the Black Indian Wars. Get some merch. You know, the Black Illuminati, man. You know, we got hoodies. It's summertime. We got them summer shirts too, man. I gotta put some pictures of them up for y'all. They've been selling. We get into it around here, man. We're not playing no games. But with all that being said, let's continue breaking this down. Oh yeah, I know I showed y'all the Crips need Jesus too. Let me show y'all the Black Illuminati. We got different color styles and all that too. And we got custom kufis. And we even did some custom jewelry. We're not playing no games. Check this out. So with that being said, let's get back to the topic. This is the bloodline, the aliens, right? Before the Pilgrims turned against their own British crown, they fought in the French and Indian Wars. The people they were battling were Berbers. Those labeled Indian were a mixture of nations that included Berbers from Europe and Africa. It was people that were here already, from Europe and Africa and here. They called them Indians. All the people who were here already. Those half who spoke French are called Maroon in history books. So whether they were here or not, the ones that were speaking the French, those are the Maroons, they call them. Free black people. In 1933, the U.S. government recognized them as natives of Philadelphia, according to House Resolution 75. Get y'all a copy, man. For your uncle, for your brother, for your auntie. Even if they don't read like that, they just just sitting in their house. I've seen people that don't read this. Pimps, gangsters, hustlers, strippers, all that. Don't doubt the magic of the Blue Bible. That's why it's on sale right now for what? $25? Yeah. You can get one for your cousin and all of them for the price of a Chipotle meal. Let's keep going. The families recognized by the U.S. government were of the royal tribe of Al-Bayt, the house of the Prophet Ali. They are aliens. Their surnames are legally El, Bey, and Ali. According to the resolution, their names were given to former Moors to Americanize them. Cite PA House Resolution 75, May 4th, 1933. I don't make this stuff up, man. I really don't. Because I get nothing out of that. So with that being shown and proven, let's keep going. Now, as far as understanding worlds beyond this one we're standing on right here, before we start looking to all these other galaxies and stars and things we don't understand, how about we take a moment and acknowledge the fact that a lot of us don't understand or know much about the world we're standing on. How many of us have actually went down in these different structures in different places like caves and pyramids and hills and mounds to really learn the world within? How many have even took the time to meditate and learn their self within? See, the fact that we hear the word alien and the first thing we think of is something way out, and the first thing we do is look out, and the first thing we think is fear, is to show how much we've been brainwashed. Literally brainwashed. They've washed our brain of all the aboriginal knowledge. They washed all this knowledge is right in our DNA. They've washed it out of us from unlocking it with all the false chemicals they get us to put in our body, with all the drugs and evil and hate and fear and envy and anger they get us to partake in. It all stunts us and stops us from looking where? Within. Okay? So the question now I'm here to ask you is, can you join me to come within? Did y'all hear anything I just said? Was I on mute? I hope not. But anyway, look. So, what are we talking about? Okay, the 7, yeah. So 7 worlds before the current. According to Shia Hadith, we're going not to the Sunni, we're going to the Shia teachings. According to the Shia, that's the 5%, not the 5% nation of gods and earths. That's what I'm telling y'all. That 5% number, it means a lot, bro. I broke down to y'all in the Black Indian Wars how it's only 5% of the transatlantic slave trade even came to North America. That's how we know the majority of our blood is indigenous to this land. But also in Islam, as far as the bloodlines, why I'm always bringing that up is because those were the ones who protected and fought the wars and really led the way during all our golden ages. And the 5% of the Ummah, the nation, the entire universal family of Islam, 95% of it is the Sunnis, people that converted and joined on and followed the Sunnah. Only 5% are the actual bloodline. That actual bloodline is us, okay? The people of the gods, the royal families. Their bloodlines are the people of the slaves, but they got us confused. They got us all agreeing with this Adam story. We don't know that we're the people of Ali. Let's go to chapter 8, page 62. It says, if history is his story, then mystery is my story. According to his story, the people of Adam are the people of Moses. According to my story, the people of Adam were the slaves of the people of Moses. The people of Adam, these people that they used to draw a picture of two white people in the jungle, say he's the first man and woman. This is their history. This is their science. This Bible version is their story. Adam and his people represent those people. The people of Adam claim to be the people of Moses. But when you look into the actual science, they are the slaves of the people of Moses. The title Moses was used by the rulers of Egypt's 18th dynasty. They are the Amarna dynasty, referred to as Ali Imran in the Quran. Their ancestor, Lord Amos' name was pronounced Amosis in Greek. Before the Greek people translated his name, Moses was pronounced Musa. So, let's get back into this, okay? According to the Shia, these 7 worlds are civilizations underneath us. Underneath our feet are civilizations. It's like when I talk about in the Blue Bible, the tribe of Ad. Now, the Ad were known to build structures and have a world that goes underneath us. They even have a capital, Had Harmat, Yemen. All right. So that's why these books are very important, because I talk about all that in this book. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to understand that when you're dealing with a place like Hadramaut, Yemen, right? And you're dealing with the tribe of Ad and the worlds underneath us, you start to learn about not only a people more ancient, but you start to learn about what all this has to do with the Middle East and what all this has to do with our royal tribes and what's really going on in these world wars and why you do need to be paying attention. So page 108 of the Blue Bible. My last name is not a slave name. It was passed down from my greatest father, known in the Bible as Iber. From Iber, we get Eber in Arab. He is named Prophet Hud in the Quran. His tomb is in Hadramaut, Yemen. He is of the original people of Arabia, the giants of Ad. So when you look at the illustrations in their homeland, you'll see places built into the ground. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find a picture for y'all. Hadramaut in ground. So let me see if I can show y'all this. So y'all know I'm not lying. I don't do no capping. It's Crib Jesus here. And I'm here to break it down. So this is called Sites from Kaf, which is the cave, Al-Kaf, the calf of the cave. You know what I'm saying? Let me put on some music for this. So what you'll see here is caves that you can actually go inside of, and there's civilization down within. According to the Shia, in the hadiths of the Shia, there are civilizations underneath us. Do people still live there right now? Are they older ancestors who live longer than us and don't eat as often? Or do they live off of free energy? They understand things that we don't understand? All of that, bro. These are the mysteries that you get exposed to when you're dealing with Islam outside of just the religious level and dealing with it from the actual culture. The culture has no beginning, no ending, and it deals with the sciences of the original people worldwide, all four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the presentation. Now, the Aztecs also teach of helmet from a cave of 7 worlds called Chico-Maztac. That's interesting. The world of the Chichimecas, ancestors of the Aztecs. Now, a lot of people don't know the Aztecs are not, they don't claim to be the builders of the pyramids in Mexico. They'll tell you that they were there when they got there. That's written. The Aztecs come from north of Mexico, and they came down. And where they came from, they claimed their ancestors had this same history that the people in Yemen claim to have. Shout out to Mikey, hiya. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what this really goes into. Because now they got my full attention. These mysteries were passed down to the tribe of Ali from the mystics who had learned them in Atlantis and held them. They have been preserved via the shrine. What is the shrine? It's the bloodline. That's the shrine right there. When they say in the Shriners, that's the real shrine. It's not the Kaaba stone in Mecca. That is the blue mosque. It's the shrine. That is where Prophet Ali rests with all the mysteries within his DNA, and his family carry him till this day. Okay? This is facts on top of facts. And one of those big mysteries that I just revealed to you in the Middle East with Prophet Hud and the tribe of Ad, it goes for over here as well. With the Chichimecas and what is it called again? Chico-Maztac? Let's get into this. Chico-Maztac is the name for the mythical origin place of the Aztec Mexicas, Tepanecs, Acomoles, and Nahua-speaking peoples of Nuaz, of the central Mexico region of Mesoamerica in the post-classic period. The term Chico-Maztac derives from Nahuatl Chicom 7, Aztal cave, and place. In symbolic terms, these caves within the hill have been compared to the wombs from which the various peoples were born. Come on, man. This is the same thing if you were hearing something about outer space. It's just in another direction. So y'all ready for that? We are ready to hear about this in another direction, coming from within instead of coming from outside. What if I told you everything that they're telling you about with these machines and these abductions and all this weird technological robotic stuff? It can be done natural when you're dealing with the gods. But the first question is, do you even realize that? Forget do you believe it, because it's real. It's do you even realize that? So let's keep going. There's an association of Chico-Maztac with certain legendary traditions concerning Cuauhtémoc, an actual pre-Columbian settlement in the Valley of Mexico, which was considered to have been one of the earliest and most preeminent settlements in the valley. Cuauhtémoc, place of those with ancestors, is its literal meaning in classical Nahuatl, was viewed as a prestigious and revered place by the Aztec Mexica, who also styled themselves Cuauhtémoc Mexica. In Aztec codical writing, the symbol or glyph representing the toponym in Cuauhtémoc took the form of a bent or curved heel, a play on the homonym Col in Natu, meaning bent, twisted, e.g. as about old age. But see, you see this in ancient Egyptian mythology where they show the heel when Atum comes, or the waters of Nu. Because what it's trying to get across to the person who's observing the riddle or the myth or the lesson is that it all came from within to out. It didn't come from out to in. So you keep trying to find an ape or something you came from. No. So all that stuff that's on TV flew from over here. Even when it's true, it's not true. Because a lot of that stuff is them playing with you. You know, look up Stephen Greer. He talks about it on World Star Hip Hop. I should look it up for y'all. He talks about how they have NASA going around, you know, playing. NASA's making UFOs and going around abducting people and got them running around, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know, the aliens got me. And they're not lying, but it's really NASA. I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm trying to find it for y'all. Hold on. But let me get back into the Blue Bible, though. Okay. So, what you're dealing with is a name that they don't want to make legal anymore. They want to block this name. They want to act like these people never existed, and they're mad as hell that we're back by all means necessary. And those are the niggas, or as explained in the Blue Bible, the Nagas. That's an umbrella term. So these so-called serpent people, you see them talked about way deep in South Asia, East Africa, brought over here with the serpent worshiping tribes as the original people. So, according to the school system, page 24 of the Blue Bible, the term nigger is a cursed word created by slave masters. According to the science of etymology, nigger, nega, and naga are all the same word in different dialects. All of them derive from the original nigas, a royal title equivalent to king in East Africa. Its root is naga, which means serpent, as in serpent people of Asia. The Nagas were the first people to live on planet Earth. We are the ancestors of the Africans. In North America, we are marked African American. However, niggas were civilized and developed long before the continents of Africa and America existed. The ancestors of today's niggas wouldn't even recognize this world we live in. When the first niggas lived, the lands were one big island called Asia. What we now call North America, Canada, US, Mexico, was the far west. In Arabic, the far west is Al-Aqsa. This became Alaska in translation. In the Bible, this region was named the Garden. Those of us indigenous to the land are the serpent, Naga, that taught Eve in the book of Genesis. Just like reptiles came from dinosaurs, humans came from Nagas. We were larger in size and stronger in strength millions of years ago. Our diets were different, so our appearance and mentalities were different. Our limbs were longer, and some of our hands and feet possessed 6 digits instead of 5. To be honest, having a 6th finger is still common in my family today, millions of years later. We are the ones the Bible named giants. I mean, I got one question. Can you dig it?
50 took 9 bullets. Everybody call that gangster. Man, Jesus laid in a tomb for 3 days, and he rose again. Ah, no, that's gangster.
So getting back to the shrine itself and the secrets being revealed by the author of the Blue Bible, let's get to the phenotype of the alien, because that's what we all want to talk about, right? Let's be real. We all want to know about, everybody's thinking right now, well, if I'm the alien, I don't look like that picture they be drawing on the movies. Where that come from? But yes, you do. And yes, your ancestors do. If you knew what was really being fictionalized in the picture. So let's ask ourselves a question first and foremost. Now the blue guy got your attention. if I'm saying that you are descendant of the tribe of Ali, let's go to where that's at in the Blue Bible. So in the Blue Bible, where is Ali, prophet? Okay, that's page 34, page 72. Okay. Let's go to page 43, though. So now that I explained to y'all who and what the Shia are, and the descendants of Ali and the Prophet Muhammad's daughter, check this out. This bloodline is called the Sharif, right? Idris the first of Morocco was Sharif of the direct bloodline of the Prophet, peace and blessings upon him. The Sharif are legally both Hassanid and Fatimid. The Hassanid caliphates ruled northwest Africa, while the Fatimid caliphates ruled northeast Africa. The people of Adam used the term Sharif to pose as descendants of the Prophet and enforce their laws on us. In the English tongue, the term became Sheriff. They inherit this title via integration. They also used the story of Jesus to pose as his followers. The true followers of Jesus were known as Coptics. They were Egyptians, and by way of King Ezana, the Ethiopians joined them circa 331. The Roman Emperor Constantine and the Roman Empire were not followers of Jesus. They hated Jesus, his followers, and all of their teachings. Emperor Julian banned them. Eventually, Constantine created Christianity to replace them. So who is these Jesus people? What is they tribe? Why I got this picture up there? Let's get to it. Page 107 of the Blue Bible. According to the Quran, Surah 3, Ayat 33, our prophet Isa was a child of the Beni Amran tribe. This tribe produced Moses and my great ancestor, Princess Merit Aten, Scotia, daughter of Pharaoh Akhenaton. This is not coincidence. That's who you're looking at right now. Akhenaton. That big head right there. Looking like the alien. You see that picture right there with the body with the big head looking like an alien? That was drawn in the cave. Those civilizations down there, that was drawn in the cave by one of our people to describe some of the people they saw. Near Wyoming, though. Okay? But that ain't enough for you. Let me show and prove some more. You see that skull on the Akhenaton? That's the father of so-called Queen Scotia. Who's Queen Scotia? Well, in Europe, there's a legend that they got their royal blood from the Egyptian princess who just pulled up on a boat. And I guess they all started having sex with her. I don't know. But this is their way of claiming our bloodlines when we land there, bringing the Gola culture. Okay. And it goes even deeper. You see a Akhenaton skull. Well, hold on. Queen Nefertiti's head. And a lot of our sisters get that jewelry with the Queen Nefertiti with the hat on, but do they really realize what they're getting? They're getting one of our ancestors with the classic so-called African-American black people hook head. It's really the E1B1 blood type. And it's also a sign of divinity passed down from the gods themselves. Now let's read what this says right here. It says, like Akhenaton, Nefertiti also had a bulbous shaped head. At first, this seems to be by chance since they do not have the same parents. But upon further review, it seems like they were related since they both shared similar physical features. None of their parents could not be identified. And regardless of all of this, they both appeared at the exact same time as part of the royal bloodline. I mean, I'm just going in today, right? Tutankhamun was made a martyr, so much so that he introduced belief in resurrection and life after death. This was confirmed by a painting on the wall of his burial chamber, showing him rising from the dead below. It is also important to mention that Tut had an elongated skull like the rest of his immediate family. Right. This is from the American Journal, the skull and cervical spine radiographs of Tutankhamun. I mean, don't I bring receipts or don't I? Now, who has a copy of the Blue Bible? And if you don't, you might want to get yours. because all of this is pieced together to you and who you are and what you mean in all of this in the Blue Bible. Let's go to the index. Tutankhamun, page 83. Let's get it. Y'all ready for this? Elijah, let me put some different music on. Let me put some different music on, because we finna go deep right here on this one. Elijah Muhammad was not from Detroit or Chicago. He was born and raised in Georgia. The Ogeechee River in Georgia was the headquarters for another society known as Gullah Geechee. I, Crib Jesus, King El Allah, am a descendant of the Gullah Geechee. My family name is not a slave name. It is a French name passed down to us from the Geechee. All my life, I was told our French name was Creole, but my grandfather explained to me that his mother was Creole, not his father. His story says the Gullah Geechee are descendants of African slaves. My story says my great-grandfather was a child of Gaul. This is the name of the original people of West Europe. The people of Gaul are children of the Egyptian princess Merit Aten, daughter of Pharaoh Akhenaten. After the fall of Tutankhamun, her family sailed to Portugal. The name of Portugal means port of Gaul or port of the Gala. We are descendants of the Oromo people known as the Gala in East Africa. Told you I wasn't going to play with you. Real bloodlines, real names, real signs.
And you say Indians, they're looking for the Bill Cody long-range or tonto style thing. And when you actually show them that the indigenous people were actually my color, as I have had a chat with people are cocoa brown, or a brown piece of leather well put together. I have a lot of ways of using slangs to tell people that we are still here because we were not weak. We were here before DeSoto and Christopher Columbus. We have to be strong. Disasters.
And we were here before these cartoon put together fake make-believe versions of our ancestors turned into cartoons to scare us away and laugh us away from our reality. That swing down, sweet chair, stop and let me ride. Swing down, sweet chair, stop and let me ride. Why would they say swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride? They're talking about the chariots that's being described in the Bible. Come on now. This is the so-called phenotype of the so-called alien. These people are the first people, the people of Ali, the family of Ali, the Alians. And what happened was everywhere they went, after it was said that they were done with and erased off the face of the earth, they were considered foreign. The question is, are they still alive right now under the ground? Because when the Spanish conquistadors came over here, they didn't kill off all the Mayans. A lot of them went underground. Like I was just reading to you about the underground caves, 7 different levels, according to the Spanish traditions, and in the Arabic traditions, according to the Shia. But Islam, most of the Muslims don't follow the Shia. 95% of the Muslims do not follow the Shia. They follow the what? The Sunni. But we come from the direct bloodlines of the Shia. Let's go back. We are not only because of, like, on a religious level, like, yeah, the Shia. No. Africa, listen. Idris the first of Morocco was Sharif, of the direct bloodline of the Prophet. Peace and blessings upon them. The Sharif are legally both Hassanid and Fatimid. The Hassanid Caliphates ruled Northwest Africa, while the Fatimid Caliphates ruled Northeast Africa. Now, we're not Africans, we're Americans, but we for sure got some of the blood of Northeast Africa and Northwest Africa. And, you know, we've been traveling back and forth from there the whole time. If you don't understand that, get your copy of the Black Indian Wars immediately. Peace, 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 peace. Gaelic bloodlines. Oh, yes, please believe it. You best but know it. I go into all of that in the Black Indian Wars. That's chapter 4. But so you have the head elongating that goes on in Africa and Peru, especially. This gets deep, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So That's why I say don't forget to get your blue Bible, especially for your family members. Really help them get into this. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I do need the sales, bro. I'm really trying to go hard this year and get it in. I'm not with begging. I always promote industrialism. Don't beg your people for things. Give them something to trade. So I'm saying, if you want to make a $25 donation and get you another copy of the Blue Bible, it'll really be helpful to me and you for more of our people to be enlightened, understand, and they'll start coming and watching these videos and really getting down with the get down. But let's get back to the presentation now. Okay. So with all that being said, let's go in a little more. Why did the Incas elongate their skulls? Members of the ruling elite in parts of South America would have been very easy to spot 700 years ago due to their tall, elongated skulls. Their artificially extended heads were apparently status symbols and could have helped foster a sense of community and collective identity, according to a study. Now, what you got to understand about the Bani Amran tribe was that they were called the New Kingdom, and their job was to resurrect the ways of the Old Kingdom after the intermediate period, after we had kept getting invaded. So this way of identifying the rulers by making their head taller, this could have been an ancient tradition that they just resurrected. You feel what I'm saying? So with all that being said, let's get back to this. The fact that the skull, which was donated to the Museum of Osteology in Oklahoma City, has a cone shape is nothing too unusual, as Peruvians during ancient times were known to squeeze children's heads with bands during development to achieve the distinctive shape. However, the metal implant in this skull is highly unusual and, if authentic, would potentially be a unique find from a. Oh, damn. So my bad, y'all. I better go get the source for this, because that's some high level shit to be putting up here on y'all. Elongated skull with a metal implant. Woo! Shout out to John Ramirez. Just shot me $5. Hey, y'all, let me tell y'all a secret, man. I don't tell nobody. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret I don't tell nobody, because John Ramirez. YouTube has me like completely shadow banned because of the word crip. So they don't put me in the algorithm with anything with knowledge. They put me in the algorithm with all buffoonery. And the people that watch buffoonery see my videos, and maybe they watch, maybe they don't. That's the sacrifice I make. And by them shadow banning me and constantly pushing me down, they won't even let me cash out and touch none of my money until I get to $100. It took me forever just to get monetized. Now it's taking me forever to get to this first $100, right? So I usually tell people, well, just shoot me the money direct. That's why I put the Cash App thing there. But if you can shoot the money, if we can get a little marathon going or something, so we can get this thing going on YouTube, I will take that $100 and what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna for sure drop new music, because I got songs waiting to drop right now. And I got something special for y'all. For everybody that tapped in for the pre-order, if I could touch that 100, I got something special for y'all. I'm gonna send directly to your door, more than just that book. Watch. Thanks to John Ramirez. Check out, because that's gonna put me at like real close. I will tell all my business there. All right, but check this out. And I'm gonna look that up for y'all too. Thanks to John Ramirez. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, thanks to John Ramirez. Let's take 30 seconds and let me look up a source for y'all where this head implant thing came from, because this is some extra deep information. Oh yeah, thanks. Shout out to John Ramirez. We got us something thanks to him. So we got a lot of sources of this. This is not some make-believe pseudoscience. I just looked it up out of nowhere. That's probably why I forgot the source, because it was like, oh, so many sources. Livescience.com wrote a piece on it. Sci-fi.com wrote a piece on it. Nationalpost.com wrote a piece on it. Snopes wrote a piece on it. Interesting Engineering wrote a piece on it. You know Reddit gonna talk about it. The Unexplained Zone, Daily Mail wrote a piece on it. Museum of Osteology's post. Oh, so this is really in the Museum of Osteologies. This is their Facebook page. This is incredible. Oh wow. I mean, I'm not saying wow like I just brought it to y'all and I didn't know what I was talking about, but just I didn't know it was gonna be this much sourcing. So when they say alien, y'all, it's alien to them. They don't know no better. Oh, we know. We've been doing this. Okay. So let's keep going in the presentation. All right. So right here you see ancient things of us. The Anunnaki drawings and so on and so forth, crescent moons. But check this out. Let's go to ancient Egypt, where a lot of our brothers love to go. So the Thule papyrus is claimed to be a transcription of an Egyptian papyrus from the reign of Thutmose III. The claim originated in a 1953 article published in Doubt, the Fortean Society magazine, by Tiffany Thayer. According to Thayer, the transcription was sent to her by Boris de Ruchowitz, who supposedly found the original transcription of the papyrus among papers left by Alberto Thule, a deceased Vatican museum director. So this is hidden in the Vatican, y'all. Hidden in the Vatican. Hold on. That's why you got to get your copy of the Blue Bible before we go any further. Why is it hidden in the Vatican? What does the Blue Bible say about that? Damn, what the part about the Vatican? Oh, wait. Thanks to John Ramirez. I got to put this for y'all. Hold on. No, we know the Vatican keeping secrets. Shout out to the guy carved slips. But let's go to a specific timing. So, page 40 of the Blue Bible. These are not the type of fraternities a young man joins in college. These are secret societies that hide their agendas. They are known as orders. The Order of Melchizedek taught the people of Jesus. The Order of Jesuits enslaved the people of Jesus. Different orders have different agendas. The Illuminati is a consolidation of orders working together with one goal: erase the guys and replace the guys. The federal government erased the guys by hiding all evidence of our tribes in the Smithsonian. They replaced the guys by selling our names to foreigners for $5. According to Allah the Father, our surnames are honorable if we make them honored. They also erased us by hiding evidence of us in the East in the Vatican. And that is why you need your copy of the Blue Bible, the True Bible. Get your merch too. You know, conversation rules the nation. Let me tell you something. This merch is a great conversation starter. Shout out to the guys, Supreme Understanding. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, the Blue Bible is the True Bible for real. It gets the conversation going and it gets mysteries revealed. Even if people don't agree with you, they're forced to know them. You know what I mean? And don't forget, it's not just about food for thought. It's about food for real. So get your sea moss as well.
Yeah, doing it. Gonna have some nice gel in a moment. Oh yeah, by the way, got this from my dude, Crip Jesus. I should tag him in this. But yeah. Peace. Top on. See, I already blended some with a little bit of water. I put it on number 3. And
so with that being said, let's get to it. So they found it with an old retired brother named Thule from the Vatican. References to circles of fire or fiery disc allegedly contained in the translation have been interpreted in UFO in Freudian literature as evidence of ancient flying saucers. They saw evidence in these ancient writings of things that look like fiery discs and circles of fire in the sky, according to these writings. Now, let's go to the Temple of Seti I, also known as the Great Temple of Abydos. Is one of the main historical sites in Abydos. The temple was built by Pharaoh Seti I. At the rear of the temple is the Osirian. The 19th dynasty of Egypt, also known as the Ramessid dynasty, is classified as the second dynasty of the ancient Egyptian New Kingdom period, lasting from 1292 BC to 1189 BC. 19th and 20th dynasty, furthermore, together constitute an era known as the Ramessid period. This dynasty was founded by Vizier Ramesses I, whom Pharaoh Horemheb chose as his successor to the throne. And this is what they found there. What looks like UFO, helicopter, submarine. I mean, can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. We see a helicopter. I mean, look it. We see a helicopter. We see what looks like a helicopter. We see what looks like a submarine. And we see what looks like a UFO. Now, the question is, can you see it? Because, I don't know, maybe it's a little small on your screen or something. Let me know down in the comments, can you see it? Because I'm thinking I'm about to pull it up for y'all. Right? Yeah, I think I might have to pull it up for y'all. Because I really want y'all to really get a good idea of what's being said here, what's being seen here, what's being shown here, and what's being proved here. That what they're calling alien is just a way to dumb you down and keep you stuck in a movie cartoon world about your own ancestors. Okay? What you really need to know is the truth. To free your mind, open your mind, and get us back to our technology so we can get back to the cosmos, to free energy, to pure food.
Carved into the tomb of Seti I. When it clearly depicts a helicopter. Possibly a speedboat, and even a retro-looking rocket. But the true story of the Egyptian helicopter hieroglyph is even better. It's actually two messages carved on top of each other. The original hieroglyphic message is actually a bit of a mystery and says, "He who repulses the nine being the 9 enemies of very, very ancient Egypt." Time passed, and rather than replacing a blank piece of limestone, the new pharaoh, Ramesses II, ordered that the old hieroglyphs be covered up with plaster and recarved to say, "He who protects Egypt and repels its enemies." A similar message, but in the Ramesses II era, a much more politically correct statement. And most of the hieroglyphs were the same. And here's a fantastic word for you. Palimpsest. A palimpsest is a text on top of another. Vellum and limestone are precious, so if you can scrape it off a bit and reuse it to write your new message, all the better. But sometimes you can still read the old message through the new one. And over the ravages of time, that's what revealed the so-called helicopter. As the two messages decayed and the plaster dropped off, it...
I don't want to hear the devil's lies. He jealous. He hating. He mad that the proof is in his face. They can't escape it. We here. And we're not going nowhere. And as the truth comes out more and more every day, it's more proof that the lessons that was handed down to us over 100 years ago were right and exact. It says, why did we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the rude civilization over the sands of West Asia, as they now call it Europe? What does it mean to you and rope? How long ago? What did the devil bring with him? What kind of life he lived? And how long before Musa came to teach him his forgotten tricknology? It's because they started causing trouble among the righteous people, telling lies. They accused the righteous people, causing them to fight and kill each other. Yaqub was an original black man, was the father of the devil. He taught him to do his devilishment. The rude civilization is the holy city Mecca. It's in Arabia at the holy city Mecca, which means where the wisdom and knowledge of the original man first started, when the planet was found. Found. Understand, we've zig through all the you and I verse. But we're the original people of this right here. We're also the visitor. How about that? You can't take two bloods and make them not one anymore. So we have to understand, the further we go back is the further we get to the al, the ah, and the ali, the original. And when they say African and American is something new, when the world was one, it says with a root in the center, in the root. Because when the world was one, according to the lessons that I found the Moorish Science Temple, and I found the Nation of Gods of Earth and the Nation of Islam, when the world was one, we were Asiatic, and we traveled to the center, and we created the Nile River and the Niger River for the point of travel and trade and commerce. And that the Great River, which is how you say, when you say great in Greek now, the original Great River, Nile River, was the Mississippi River, according to what I was taught. Now we see here the best example of this connection between the West and the center is the case of the cocaine mummies. In 1992, Dr. Svetlana Balabanova, a German toxicologist, found traces of cocaine, tobacco, and hash in several different mummies. After the discovery of her tomb, her mummy became a property of the King of Bavaria, who later donated to the Staatliche Sammlung for Egypt's Kunst of Munich, where it is still located today. Her coffin once located in the National Archaeology Museum of Lisbon. The point is, they found things in her body that are only native in the Americas. They had to be imported to Egypt, to the Middle East, to Africa, because we were already traveling back and forth importing. When you see what's called the Nazca lines, a group of geoglyphs made in the soil of Nazca Desert in southern Peru, they were created between 500 BC and 500 AD by people making shallow incisions in the desert floor, removing pebbles, leaving different colored dirt exposed. But you can only see that from the sky. You gotta be in a helicopter, a UFO, a rocket, or somewhere far, 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 far up. Or if you want to think natural, you back before these goddamn devils chopped down all these trees. Back when we used to climb way, way, way up on the trees and be real living skywalkers, we could see it from up there then. But we can't see from any of that now. Even the sky is dirty because we've let the devils take over. Feel me? Hold on. John Ramirez says, respectfully, Jesus, if I may say, the definition of world also means a group of people or organization. Yes, sir. I don't disagree with that. Peru, more Nazca lines. Mexico, a man, art made to depict a man like he's like, look at that. He's going his rocket to go up. can't make this stuff up, man. The world was one. We traveled to the center of the earth and dredged the great rivers. Yes. Because you got to understand, there's even times and periods when there wasn't as much land on the earth. So let's do what this says. It says go to page 27 of the Blue Bible. Let's go. So let's go to page 27 of the Blue Bible and get deep. Mu is the sound, because they say Mu, right? The island of Mu. You hear about the emerald tablets from the island of Mu. You hear Moore saying the word Moore goes all the way back to Mu. You know what I'm saying? The original, okay. Mu is the sound of the alphabet M, which is the symbol of a wave of water. This image can be found throughout the ancient world because the original people have lived in water, on water, and in ships navigating the waters since a time when the earth was a water world. There's not a time we wasn't here, even when it got flooded. And we traveled to the best part. We knew every square inch and mile of the earth, and we chose the best part for ourselves and put the devil out to the worst part. We kept the best part reserved for ourselves ever since we made it. Facts. Now, check this out. This is the original people of where? Japan. During Emperor Jinmu's Eastern expedition, the local leader Naga Suniku Naga. I told you the Nagas. Ain't nothing in this book fake. Get your copy of the Blue Bible for your Asian neighbor, for your Mexican co-worker, for anybody that you need to know the truth. It ain't about them forcing it on to read it right now. I hate people be like, man, I ain't got nobody I can put this on. You can put this book to everybody. You don't gotta read it right now. Even if they say, no, read that's Crip Jesus Blue Bible. Just give it to them. I bet you they'll be like, hey man, I was bored this weekend, got high, started looking at that book, man, it got deep. Bet you, just try it. You feel what I'm saying? Please, I'm begging now. I'm using the word please. We need this out there. I didn't know it was gonna be so much resistance and hate towards it. So I really need y'all help for real. Okay. Now, with all that being said, why did I show y'all this dude? It's just because he's a Naga and he's dark skinned. He's the original people of Japan. And I'm saying, yeah, that's us. We was everywhere. No, if you look at where Japan is where Mu would have been. It's the broken pieces of Mu. And what they have there, sightings of people they claim traveled from outer space and all of this and all. Yes, according to the legend, Niga Hayahi no Mikoto, the founding father of the Manoba clan, flew from the heaven in this rock ship named Amano Alpha, glided over the edge of the low mountains extending like a ton. There you go right there. They claim that's what he came in. The quiet hills of Japan, the rock ship of Masuda. Woo! Now let's go to what they found in the Voyager. The Voyager mission, when they said they saw what looked like our ancestors on Mars. Mikey G13 said, original Oriental Negroes, we called Negritos over there. First I heard exactly the Asiatic black man. But these dudes don't know about that. They sleep, Mikey. They sleep. Look at here, 25 years ago. Hold on. I just can't believe we finna read this. This is really great. 25 years ago, something funny happened around Mars. NASA's Viking 1 spacecraft was circling the planet, snapping photos of possible landing sites for its sister ship Viking 2, when it spotted the shadowy likeness of a human face. An enormous head nearly 2 miles from end to end seemed to be staring back at the cameras from a region of the red planet called Cydonia. So these people I'm trying to point y'all to and say this is our phenotype and this is proof and the Tulu Paparus. Now, what does that have to do with us? The term astrotheology was first used in the context of 19th century scholarship aiming at the discovery of the original religion, particularly primitive monotheism. Astrotheology is any religious system founded upon the observation of the heavens, and in particular may be monotheistic. More recently, the term astrotheology is used by Jan Irvin, Jan Maxwell, and Andrew Rutajic in reference to the earliest known forms of religion and nature worship, advocating the entheogen theory of the region of religion. Why does this matter? Why does this matter so much, bro? Because what you'll find out real fast and quick is that what's really going on here is an attempt by the devil to make us completely separate from nature as is. See, he wants you to think a spaceship is this big concoction. And what you don't realize is everything I've been talking about from the beginning is a spaceship. Your body is the first spaceship. Your body can be used like an antenna. This is you. This is Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. The 5-point star. The starfish. The 5-point star you see in the pentagram, the Pentagon. Right? The 5 points through which we use the arms, the legs, and the head given to us by Allah to fulfill the will of Allah made manifest in the flesh through us by submitting to that will. That's the will of the universe, right? Now, what else is a spaceship? Well, let's go to the Blue Bible. Page 117. The first temples of the original man were the two temples on his head. It was there that the mind in the air and the brain in the head met. As man multiplied, he was forced to share his mind with less space to think. So it's one mind, and we all plug into it. Like let's say it's one Wi-Fi, and we're all just the phones tapping into it. The more tap into it, the more it's using it. You know what I mean? It's like that crashed internet, too many at once. So there's less space to think. Eventually, he built spaces to sit and travel through the mind. These spaces were called temples. The ritual of sitting in a ring of fire within a temple is called pyramid. Hence, pyramids are usually empty because they are temples. These pyramids are spaceships. They can even be used to send a crypt, a dead ancestor, to the heavens, literally. So what you have here is the same way we would use the pyramid to channel energy naturally without having to spend money and pollute the earth and all of that. Is the top of it would be made of resources and elements and chemicals and so on and so forth to channel the energy that we're aiming at, whether it be a particular star, whatever it is in the cosmos that we're aiming at. We want to channel it to right here. Right. By doing so, we could channel that to whatever we're aiming at that in there, a person, for light, for whatever we want to use it for. Right. This is the theory. Well, not the theory. I mean, this is what was being done. You know what I mean? So you really got to understand the science of the technique that was being used. Now, none of that can be done when you're being interrupted by, things outside of the pure connection that's required to do this with the cosmos. Now, with all that being said, let's get to this. I heard India, Hindustan, Barak, the ancient Indus Valley is really first ancient Egypt, the many king cobras. Well, they talk about ancient Egypt. I would say Egypt's been invaded so many times. They've had a lot of their history tampered with and erased and pulled away from the original Nagas. But you see the term Nagas, you can see the root of it where it's used for humans still in East Africa, where it's became a myth down there in India. So they can say they have the original, but they have the original myths of it. We still have the original culture. You know what I mean? And it's not about original. They have it original. They're original too, like it says in the lessons. You know, so all of this is alchemy. You know, a way. This is the method through which this was done naturally. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, let's get to John Ramirez though. So the homie said, matter of fact, in 2016, when I was on my pro-African Hindu culture dressing, etc., Chinese classmates of mine were very fond of my pride of being African Hindu descent. So he asked me where I was from. Okay. Let's get it. African Hindu. I like that. Because that's Afro-Asiatic. Now, we heard of star people and star seeds. This is all the science of alien and space travel and all that through nature. See? This is Zechariah Stitchin. A lot of people have their science of aliens and space travel and so on and so forth from his books, as opposed to from the source of the ancient science, like I'm trying to show y'all to go to. You feel me? In the Quran, in the Hadiths, all over. Look at the Hopi Indian. You feel what I'm saying? They claim they came from a people from the 7 stars, right? And here goes the Etruscans. He was the first people that the Latins came over and started calling alien. And they were of the people of Aliyan. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to be very careful of how we allow them to change our understanding of what these words mean and how they're used. Now let's see what the brother said. He said, I said Africa. He tells me he's from Africa. I asked him, what's his last name? He told me Kim. When I searched the dynasty of Kim, there was a tribe of Kim, Po, and Lee in ancient Kemet. Woo! Oh yeah, the connections between Asia and Africa are one and the same. That's why we're taught in the lessons that it was all Asia, because remember, Asia is the Asiya name. Let's go to the Blue Bible. Let's go to Asiatics 31. Now, I want to go back where it breaks down the name Asia. Hold on, y'all. What's going on here? Where my breakdown at? Hold on real quick, y'all. Give me 30 seconds. The Blue Bible. Well, I don't know. I've been in the middle of writing that Black Indian Wars, but I can give it to you straight raw and cut. So, and I'll tell you where it's at in the Blue Bible. My bad about that, y'all. I apologize. But it comes from Asiya. Asiya. Asi, just like Aset. It's the si. Okay? It's the feminine. Asi. Like I say, right? And Aset deals with the earth and the land, where Asiya deals with the actual name of God, a level of reality. So you go from the beginning of reality, which is in the form of gas, well, in the form of light, pure, unseen, then in the form of gas, where it's molecules and chemicals and things of that nature now, then in the form of liquid, then in the physical form, where we actually physically exist as the planet Earth. That's Asiya. Al-Asiya is a Hebrew concept that's been around for a long time. And it was the term used by our people who spoke the Afro-Asiatic tongue for the earth, Asiya. Get your copy of the Blue Bible, stop playing. And get your copy of the Black Indian Wars too. That's the new ones going down.
And you say Indians, they're looking for the Bill Cody long range or Tonto style thing. And when you actually show them that the indigenous people were actually my color, as I have a habit telling people, are cocoa brown, or a brown piece of leather well put together. I have a lot of ways of using slangs to tell people that we are still here because we were not weak. We were here before DeSoto and Christopher Columbus. We have to be strong to make it through those disasters.
It's all love. Shout out to the Divine Family. Oh yeah, I see John Ramirez. Man, I ain't tripping, bro. I know you. Man, it's all good, baby. I'm your student as well. Tap in for the pre-order though, man. You already got your pre-order, John Ramirez, man. You better get yours, bro. Get two. Your family need them too, man. The Black Indian Wars is going down. And you know, with a small donation, y'all get another copy of the Blue Bible. Lord knows I need to move these too. Come on, y'all. Tap in with me, fuck with me. The Black Illuminati. You see, we teaching the whole world, and we ain't leaving nothing out. You know what we about, the real. And with all that being said, you can also tap in. I don't know if y'all been hearing about the music thing I've been having going on. Oh, damn, what's going on? Oh, yeah, anyway, the music I've been having going on, the CD's out right now. Where the cop? There we go. I got CDs like Nipping them, like Master P and them back in the day. Tap in for yours. I know people, I don't listen to CDs. Well, it don't matter. I'll send you the private YouTube links, the private MP3s, exclusive and all that as well. You just get the CD as well, so you got a physical too. Just in case they pull the plug and never shut this down, you got a physical as well. And if you ain't trusting it, let me give you an example of the type of music I'm going to send you. Like I said, you get the YouTube links and all that too. You tap in.
Tell me why you waiting so long for someone to put you on right now. What you on right now? Maybe I can show you how I can put you on right now. Yeah.
Still remember like yesterday, Nipsey Hussle dying. I rushed to Slauson and Crenshaw with all my niggas crying. Had a dream last night, him and Haile Selassie walked with lions. I ain't lying. Woke up and realized it's all in my mind. Really my city dying, but of a slave from Central America, I'm really in mine. Screaming free Palestine, still drinking alkaline. Still remember they killed Malcolm X right in the Audubon. Damn, for real. Knew I was Asiatic soon as Nas and AZ rapped it. I don't just make back what I spend, I take it, make it backflip. Out of state paper chasing, taking chances. Yeah, deep inside they all really love me, all my haters catfish.
If you're looking for me, I'm somewhere in the stars. Meet me up in space like Venus and Mars. And everywhere we go, they gon' know who we are. Cause they already know, swear to God, we the guys, baby. Swear to God, we the guys. They gon' know who we are. In the sky with the stars. Swear to God,
RP Tupac, he shot 2 cops, he still couldn't get no respect from his people. Look at the way they treat you. Long as you black, you never be equal. Most of these people is evil. Don't let them trick and deceive you. Don't let these niggas mislead you. Don't let them forget that they need you. For prison free all of my people. That's on Gaddafi, I'm Black Illuminati. I'm really tapped in Somalia. In Philly, I be with the mafia. In Harlem, I be with the guys. They know who we are. I feel like a star. Without money to close all the cars. With my name down in history, they can't get rid of me. They probably know me on Mars. I ain't no mystery guy.
If you're looking for me, I'm somewhere in the stars. Meet me up in space like Venus and Mars. And everywhere we go, they gon' know who we are. Cause they already know, swear to God, we the guys, baby. Swear to God, we the guys. They gon' know who we are. In the sky with the stars. I swear to God, we the guys, baby. Tell me why you waiting so long for someone to put you on right now. What you on right now? Maybe I can